30th. We're at Ali'i Beach on Oahu. It's Gabriel's birthday here. Happy birthday. So I thought the topic that would be fitting, since my older two kids' birthday is tomorrow, to talk about placentas and why we should be keeping them. And talk a little bit about what happens when women give birth, usually. So when women are pregnant, the placenta grows along with the fetus and is an organ that's only developed when the baby's in the mother's womb, and then we birth it after the baby comes out. So it filters all the stuff that the mom eats and drinks, and it nourishes the baby. And what we've been doing recently, since birth's been in the hospital especially, is that the hospitals don't even show it to you. You give birth and then it's immediately put in a pan and then sent off somewhere. And there's actually a lab underneath the hospitals that they take these placentas to, and they do some kind of research. I'm sure somebody knows exactly what it is. But so it was actually here in Hawaii that I think it was two couples that fought for people to be able to take home their placentas from the hospital, because of the Hawaiian tradition of burying the placentas. And usually it was under a plant or a tree on the aina that they were from, because then it ties everything in, with the family and being able to tell stories and giving back to the aina that they were from with this placenta that was developed along with the baby. More recently, people have been doing placenta encapsulation, so making pills out of them, dehydrating it and making pills. I used to do that actually when I was doing home births, and took some from my last birth, which was a home birth. And most of the people that do it, they usually say it helps with building milk supply for breastfeeding, and even regulating the hormones. So when you're pregnant, right, your hormones are all a certain way, and then when the baby comes out, then your body has to adjust again to not having the baby in you. So the placenta pills help regulate that. So they say it helps with postpartum depression too, so women don't get it. So when people give birth in the hospital, they actually have to sign forms with the hospital letting them know that you want to take it home. And what sucks right now actually is that they still take it to the lab and do whatever they do with it, test it, and then they give it to you in a biohazard bag and all this stuff. So that's one of the things I like about home births, is that you don't have to worry about anybody messing with it, because we don't. Sometimes when we take it home from the hospital, it kind of has a smell of formaldehyde or some kind of chemical that they use on it, and we usually don't. We don't want that when we take home our placentas. But in a home birth, it's right there. And then there's even this process called lotus birth, where you keep the placenta on the baby until the umbilical cord falls off. So that can take a couple days to a week usually. And they have the placenta in a bowl of flowers and things like that. Make it more ceremonious.
So basically, you don't want the placenta in the hands of scientists.
Nope. And who knows what else? The feds, state. We don't really know what they're doing with it.
That's a wise choice, I believe. We don't know what they're doing with it. Though it's separated from the child, it's still a life force, which is there's no separation.
And it has all the blood from mom and baby in there.
Basically, all the downloads, memory, memory, pattern, DNA, all that stuff, right?
Exactly. Yep. That's the other thing about during the birth of the placenta, or even just the baby, actually, they cut the umbilical cord like a few inches away from the baby, even before the placenta is birthed out. But after baby's born, you want to keep the placenta attached still to the baby after the placenta is born, and even a little bit longer after that, like how I said with the lotus birth, because there's still blood.
Right.
Sometimes you see the cord really thick, yeah, it's like red and blue because that's the vein and the blood. Yeah, there's veins in there that's still pumping blood to the baby even after it's born. So that's why you see babies with like jaundice, low blood pressure, all these kind of things that they say they need to monitor their baby for, and they take the baby away right away because they cut the placenta off too early. When you wait until after the placenta is born, or even longer, and wait until you see all the blood is drained out of the cord at least, then you know it's okay to cut it fully from the baby, because then you know all the blood that was supposed to go to the baby did go to the baby.
So medically, in like hospitals and stuff, they're cutting corners.
Oh yeah.
Basically.
And making it fast and yeah, totally. Always cutting corners from start to finish. That's why they give you pitocin to start labor or make it go faster, and then that usually ends up in a cesarean, and then they got all that surgery stuff they got to do, right? So then you don't even, again, the placenta is cut off early, la 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 la. So
does this water down the DNA or the child as far as having a normal growth, a normal birth?
Totally. Like doing the medicine, the pitocin and
The
stuff.
medicine, and all the cutting corners, the blood flow.
Yeah, because when you're doing like the meds like pitocin, you're cutting off the regular hormonal flow of the birth.
And memory as well. Memory as well, right?
Yeah, totally.
So we kind of soften the human race.
Exactly. And I think that's totally what the plan was in the beginning. When they started doing medicalized birthing with doctors and stuff, because everything was about money. And even more so now with all this DNA research and cord blood banking, all this crap. People are making money off this stuff. So even more so, they want you detached, right? Separated.
And with all this robotic humanoid future, I guess, I shouldn't even say we're headed in, we're in. I think it would be wise to start taking the placenta home, taking it with you, not leaving it in the hands of scientists, medical staff, or anything other than yourself. Either bury it, take it in the mountains, bury it somewhere, but don't leave this, what is it, an organ?
Yeah.
Organ in the hands of scientists, because you don't know what they're doing with it, you don't know what they have plans for, and that's a part of you, that's a part of your child that doesn't need a third party to be operating and trying to connect it with any kind of machinery or whatever they're doing.
And to the whole family, really, it belongs to, you know?
Right. Because basically that's you. The women out there, it's you. It's your downloads, it's your memory, it's your all that you see. So when the baby is in you, it's already being transformed, right? It's already getting information from the mother
And the father.
and the father. So all this information travels into that, to that. So it's basically like a chip or a disc or something that holds memory, and that memory is you
And your family.
and your family
lineage
and everything.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, just take it with you. Don't leave it in their hands for someone else to manipulate and distort. And if they have ways already connecting DNA to machines and whatever, don't just say, here you go, have it, take it.
And then I was just thinking too, like from when we were kids, our parents believed in the keeping the pico, that little part that falls off. Did you
Right.
hear about that?
No.
So when I was growing up, my mom told me that, I guess it's a Filipino, probably more cultures, but that little part that gets left on the pico after they cut it, there's still a little piece that needs to fall off.
Right.
So they would always say like, don't, yeah, you have to keep that, like don't let it just go in the rubbish or wherever. You have
Right.
to keep it so that like spirits or stuff like that don't get to it. So it's kind of similar thing. I didn't even think about that till now.
So it's like if we had an avatar, almost that would be it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is why they buried the placenta back into the earth, because earth is like mother. It's the mother. And without the connection, we have a lot of lost souls trying to find their way back when it's here. It always was here. But something is happening. Like, why are we so lost? Why are we so disconnected? Why are we so far away from the truth? Which the truth is, we all shed on the truth. We trash the truth. We abuse and neglect the truth. It's Mother Earth.
So true.
Maybe not the God of all living things, but the sod of all living things. Always was, always will be. And yeah, humanity definitely lost connection with Earth. We abuse it. This is heaven. What makes people like Sadhguru would say? What makes you think this is not it? What would make you think that this is not heaven? Someone told you that, and you bought it. Someone said this wasn't heaven. We're born unto sins. Heaven is up there with the stars.
Heaven's out there.
God is up there with the stars. And we bought it. Humanity bought it. Thinking that heaven is up there, we shit on earth. Neglect earth. Praying to get up there when it was always here. So
We're sitting on Mars.
it's like this. If we're sitting on Mars, okay, me and Summer here, we're sitting on Mars. We've got our beach chairs, and we're looking up into the heavens, because God is up there. The heavens is up there. And then we were just strolling across, just gazing in the heavens, and we see that beautiful earth just glowing, full of life, and we tell ourselves, but not that one. That beautiful turquoise glowing earth, not there.
Heaven is everywhere.
Heaven is everywhere.
Everything.
God is everywhere, but not there. Why? Because someone told us it was here, where we're at, on Mars, where there's nothing. No water, no and we fail to see. It's too blind. The love on earth, the heaven on earth is so bright. Everyone's blind. They can't see.
Right.
You look at every planet out there. Mother Earth has it all. So
One important way to make sure that we're connected and keep giving back is to get our placentas
yeah,
and give it back to Mother Earth.
give it back to her. Yeah, we
that
need
we
to
stay
get
connected.
reconnected. We need to get reconnected. There's a reason why our ancestors did things the way they did. They were so much more connected and close to what it was than we would ever know. But placing the placenta back into earth is almost a part of you back into earth. And it, like I said, it has memory. There's life. There's a life force in there. And when we start to recognize that Mother Earth is the God of all living things, it isn't until we step back we can see the beauty of it. And we're not separated from that. We are that.
We are it.
We're it.
There is no separation.
As above, so below. What's out there is here. But we hit the jackpot. We hit the jackpot. Being birthed on earth. And we forgot.
We were lied to.
We were lied to. But it's like they say, it's a wake up. It's the age of awakening. The veil comes down. Truth comes out. And the truth was always here. This was always the truth. So to get back connected to earth, be more kind, show some love, plant something, stop littering, trash in a place,
And acting like things are not connected to you, are separate from you.
and stop acting like we could just dominate every species. Because we talk about aliens, we're the aliens, we're the guests here. We're the ones destroying this whole planet. So yeah, before you just give your guys placentas or umbilical cords away, or leave it in the hands of medical staff, or as I say, scientists, take it with you. Take it with you. Take it somewhere special to you in the mountains, bury it, or whatever way you have in mind, but don't leave it in the hands of someone else to do studies or practice their projects or whatever it is.
They actually make products out of stem cells from placentas, like facial cream and stuff like that.
Really.
So definitely doing stuff and selling it to people, and you just don't know really what they're doing with it.
Right.
And that's, yeah, like you said, it's part of us. So unless you want somebody violating you, really violating you in ways you don't even know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ways that you don't even know. Next thing you know, you think you're being spiritually attacked, but you're stuck in a program because of that placenta connection. You don't want to be connected to no machine. You want to be connected to earth. So yeah, you don't want to just leave it in their hands. So just a thought before you do, take it with you. Just be safe.
And if you need help navigating how to do it, what to do, you can always ask the hospital or call somebody that does birth work other than hospital staff. You can ask them too, some of them are okay, but I also wanted to bring this up was a birth worker, traditional birth worker, and indigenous breastfeeding advocate, and she recently passed. And she did a video with a couple other panelists about remembering Haumea. And Haumea is like the mother, the goddess of birthing and renewal and